Hey, Scott. Welcome to the very podcast for 2017. So, my name is Tommy. This is Scott. And we're doing our very first podcast for 2017. And the first thing I want to talk about is our setup. All we have is this Blue Yeti mic. It's set to both side. And then we're just recording from GarageBand. And just my regular vlogging camera. And that's pretty much it.
Other than that, if you can see behind me, we're actually in the kitchen area of Tommy's apartment. What you can't see behind the camera, there's a nice, there's a window of a nice view. Tommy's apartment is actually on the 37th floor, looking at the ocean of Waikiki and Kaka'ako. It's a beautiful view. Yeah. So this is our first setup, but I don't know, we'll take it from here. But I think what we got here is pretty good so far. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I like it. So we're just going to edit it. And then, Chad, if you're watching, Brad, this one's for you because we're just testing this out. And you better be listening. You better be the first one to be listening to this thing. So
Our number one fan.
So I just picked up Scott from work around 4 o'clock. And then we just headed here. And I just told him we just gotta try this out for 2017, and then on the way we're just gonna tweak it out. Let's see, because what we basically have is the kitchen, and there's the kitchen table, and we're not really fully set. We only have one camera. Usually what podcasts are we inspired by doing this?
Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah. So that's why we're trying it out, and I believe since we're 26 years old, we have a lot of things to talk about too on our way to just how old we get. So. We'll just see. We'll just go from what we have.
I do think it's a perfect time to start a podcast because it's the end of the holidays. It's a brand new year. That's the time where we look and think about what New Year's resolutions. Mostly everyone make, yeah. So I think this year I'm not really making much of a New Year's resolution. I think we come to the point where we already know what we want. We know what our goals are, and we're more realistic in those goals.
Yeah.
At this point, but. Just ringing in the new year, doing something new.
Okay, so from following up with Scott, when we first, I think when we were 19 years old, we would make this long list of resolution goals, not only goals but every goals and stuff. But I think as you grow older, I'm 26 now, I do have goals, but I'm more patient with it. It's not as a big list when I had when I was 20, because we used to have that thing on the wall, remember, in our first apartment moving here. Yeah. And then now it's just little, and then we just have a long patience on doing it. So I think that's what it is. And I wanted to ask you, when you went to Mauna Kea, how was it up there?
So
because you went when it was closed first, right? Or no?
No, that was I haven't gone to Mauna Kea since high school. So it's been years, yeah. But that was my third time I've been on Mauna Kea, and that was I would say the longest I stayed on top. Yeah, but it was fun at some parts, and some parts is because higher elevation is can't really breathe. That you've been in the mainland, right? Places with higher elevation. I don't know how high the highest you've been, but it's easy to exert yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Who you went with? Your family?
All my cousins and Greece guys and their church buddies and whatnot. Yeah.
Holy crowd was packed then.
It was
Two cars?
3 vehicles. It was all packed with vehicles. Yeah.
What, for your mom guys' cars? Or the church people's car?
My cousin, he's 17,
drove.
He drove up there. His first time driving. I never trust, but he's eager, and he actually lied to his mom.
What did he say?
We're going Kona. He said, we're going to the side of the island.
You just went up there?
Yeah.
So, I saw your picture on Instagram when you never had clothes on, except your underwear. Was it that cold or wasn't that cold?
The temperature, when you see the temperature, especially the really extreme ones, what actually makes it cold is the wind. So when the wind blows, that's when it's holy fuck, this is cold. But if there's no wind, you don't feel any wind, it feels like regular cold. One good metaphor I would say is you walk into a cold room, I can feel that. But in that cold room, you sit under the AC vent, and the thing fucking blows. That's when you can tell it froze. So before that picture was taken, the whole time it was windy. But I actually took a nap in the truck because I was really tired. Yeah. But after that nap, I noticed there was no wind. It was okay. It's the perfect time. Just I wanted that picture, like me and my underwear only. I really wanted that picture. That was my whole goal of going to Mauna Kea. On my to-do list. I want to do this.
How long was up there?
Almost 2 hours, bro.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
long time.
We went up to the Discovery Center, like the lodges, yeah.
Yeah.
And they had two Holly guys. I don't know what country they was from, but they had an accident, and they asked like, "Oh, can you hop in the back of the truck? We'll pay you gas money and just bring us to the top." Yeah, shoot, we bring you up. Yeah, and we brought them up, and they asked us how long we staying. We go stay for about an hour. Yeah, they went hiking, and they never come back. Just. Yeah, we drove over looking for them. I don't know where they went. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
They left them after?
We left. We're not going there forever. they eventually found their way back. I think they hitched ride with someone else too.
Yeah, so was it dry cold when you went up there? Or just cold?
It was cold.
AC cold?
I guess it was dry cold. Yeah, there was. You've been to Mauna Kea before, yeah?
Yeah.
Like the snow is not like other places where it's like ice, yeah. But if you walk more further in, and when it gets a little deeper, there was for the first time I felt powdered snow.
Wow.
Yeah. Was it snowing in Japan when you
No,
went?
was it snow? So I'm gonna tell you the story. So that's why I was asking, was it dry cold? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I first, over here when it's cold, because I live in the 37th floor, we just leave this door open and that window open. Yeah. Like every time I wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning, I already have running nose.
Yeah.
And then when I get in the car, it disappears. Yeah, because it's just cold over here. Then when I get to work, just because I think a little bit lower, it disappears. I don't have anything cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, some of the parents from Japan, when I told them that I'm going to Japan, they told me that, oh, it's really cold there, yeah? So I'm thinking like, oh, I've been to cold places before. I've been to Oregon when it was snowing. And that was, to me, was a good cold, yeah? Like, it was snowing, we would have a hailstorm, and it was just like perfect weather. It wasn't too cold.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So when I went to Japan, we got in there and just coming out of the airplane, cold. It was like super cold, like the kind not even expecting cold, yeah? And it was colder in Oregon. So I was like, okay, this is a different level of cold, yeah? So when I went to Japan, got off the plane, they was walking down, like in the airport, it was so cold that you can feel it seeping in through the window.
Yeah.
So we was walking, and then my nose started to get stuffed, yeah?
Yeah.
Like super stuffed, and I'm thinking, holy crap. So my nose was stuffed. It wasn't leaking. It was just fully stuffed. That's how, like when I have allergy, the thing leak, yeah? But when it's just cold, it just gets stuffed. So we got there and I was like, fuck, now I have to breathe with my mouth. So I'm over there like breathing on my... So I'm thinking, okay, breathing on my mouth. Hopefully I don't get sick over here, yeah? Because over here, there's sickness going around. So we got out the airport, and then when we got out, another like blast of just coldness, because we got out and then we had to take the bus 2 hours to Yui's train station.
Yeah.
So we took the tour bus. So we got out, it was just cold, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm breathing the air. Hopefully this doesn't dry my throat. So then, so we got in the bus and it was just warm. Then we got home. We got to the station. Yui's mom picked us up, takes us to sushi. Yeah. So nothing really bothered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got home to her house. The heater wasn't on. Like, only the living room was on, but her room...
Get that stuff too. Japanese have the table, right? Where you get the heater underneath the table.
Yeah.
They have that. That's the only heater they had that was working in the house.
Yeah, so we got there, and then I had to carry all the luggage upstairs, and then Yui... Yeah, that table, that heater, was only in the living room. So Yui's mom still had to set up, like, the heater takes gas. So... When I went to the living room first place, I was like, oh, this smell like pure gas in here.
Yeah.
But it's hot. It's pure gas, and you can smell the gas really strong. So we went upstairs, set it up, like it's like this big from this table to here.
Yeah.
And then you put you spoon, fill it up with gas, turn it on, and then you just smell the whole room with gas. It's like, and I'm thinking to myself, we're gonna sleep here. Like, is this healthy to sleep with this like
smell?
Yeah, this smell, this gas thing. I don't think this is healthy. So. And the the heater has timer, yeah? It's like only like 15 minutes, and I think turn off because the room is hot. So the next day we're like, okay. Went to sleep that night, was hot, woke up, my throat was sore. Because I slept with my stuffy nose, yeah? And I'm thinking, oh hell no. So it was so sore, it was dry. So this was the dry air cold, yeah? So I go, you any water? And then so I drank a lot of water. Hopefully it calms down, yeah. So the next day we had to go we went to Sunshine City, the Pokemon Center place,
Yeah.
and then the whole day my nose was stuffed, and then they gave us this breathing mask so we didn't get sick. So the whole time I'm breathing in my mouth, yeah, and I can just like, I cannot even breathe in this place. So I always keep taking it out. And then the whole day it's getting worse and get worse, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, do not get a fever over here.
Yeah.
No matter what, do not get a fever. So the whole day, no kidding, I was stuffed nose, yeah. So I told you, we gotta go to 7-Eleven, get me like Tylenol or something, like nasal congestion stuff, yeah. Guess what? I didn't know in Japan they don't hold medicine in 7-Eleven, Family Mart, no medicine. You gotta go to literally a pharmacy that's separate, and we gotta talk, and they gotta prescribe you medicine. So I was like, what the fuck?
It's Japanese medicine is different from American.
So I was like, oh bro, no Tylenol, no nasal congestion medicine. So of course my pride was getting in the way. It's like, nah bruh, soldier 'em all the way. I don't care, the whole 11-day trip we gonna soldier 'em. So basically till the 4th day we went to Osaka,
Yeah.
and then Osaka was even way colder, super cold, because it was raining in Osaka. So we went to Osaka, got to meet Yui's grandparents, like cute little grandparents, and they're so cute, like. And then we met them, and then we went to. That night was in the hotel, The dad paid for everything, so that was kind of cool. The dad paid for the bullet train. The bullet train was sick.
Sounds like expensive, the bullet train one.
I think $200 each person.
Yeah.
Two-way back, but we took the bullet train, and he paid for the Universal Studio express pass, so we didn't have to stand in line. So we went to Universal, and I can feel my body coming like feverish. I was like, oh hell, oh no, bruh. So it was Universal Studio. We went to the Hogwarts, the Harry Potter one.
Yeah, but I was so excited when I was seeing those snaps.
Yeah. So we went to the Hogwarts, and then I that night I was like, I don't give a shit, bro. I'm gonna record everything that's going on inside. Like you're not supposed to record inside,
Yeah.
So I had my GoPro, and then my GoPro has a strap over here, So I'm just gonna hold on the ride and just record everything, So we went to the Hogwarts one, went to the Harry Potter one, the ride, and then I forgot, at the end, when you're on the ride like that, they take a photo with you, like ching. So the whole ride I was recording it. I had because it came in a bar like this. So I had my hand like this, so the GoPro would be looking straight at the ride, and I'm like, oh, this is so perfect. So going on, and then at the end, ching, and I was like, oh fuck, like I couldn't hide that shit, like no one time, So then we went there. Yui wanted to see the after photo, I'm like, no, we don't need to see that. We don't need to see that right now. Okay, but she's like, okay, we gotta see, persistent. So we went over there. And then we went over there. The guy said, oh, sorry, you guys, we can't show you the photo. There was a violation. You guys are recording inside the studio. Like the Japanese guy, Japanese are polite, But he was as like straightforward, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Recording this shit. He looked at me while talking to Yui. And I can understand Japanese. So Yui's like, oh shit. So you had to translate to me like, oh, she's not gonna show us the photo because we recorded. And then so it's like, see, I told you we shouldn't have asked him. So we got out, and then we bought this juice beer, and at that moment I felt feverish. Oh, my throat was dry, my nose was stuffy, and I felt it in my leg. I feel when I get fever, I feel it in my leg, like my leg comes weak. So I was telling myself, no, don't tell me I have fever. Boom, fever. Like it hit me like at 12 o'clock. It was there at 8. Fever, and I couldn't move anymore. It's like, this whole trip is ruined. Because I was telling you the whole time, I want to sit down. I don't want to go anywhere. Like, I was like, this is ruined already. But I was telling my body, do not ruin this day, And Scott, super cold. Like,
can you see your breath? Like,
like and then breath, and then when my face was dry, we put lotion every time, put on our lip. It was that cold. Like, I couldn't even hold. I was telling you, buy me a glove. It's so cool. Like, this wasn't enough.
Yeah, you need gloves.
Yeah, this wasn't enough. And then, so the whole time we was cold, we got fever. And then I was just riding it the whole night, So after that, we got back from Osaka. And Yui's mom already knew what I had already. But I'm just like, no, I'm okay. Genki, whatever. I'm okay. And then the next day, you was like, take him to the doctor. And I'm like, fuck. I was like, I don't want to go doctor. This is like shame, yeah. But I was like, okay. So I went doctor. We went doctor, and the doctor temperature, yeah. Oh, everybody was sick. Like okay, this is how big my kitchen is.
Yeah.
This is how big the waiting room is, and it was filled with people, all sick. So I was like, oh, we're gonna be here for like 2 hours. It's that long. So, anyways, we got in. Doctor measured me. He's like, yeah, you have fever right now. Right now, you have fever. And then when we went in there, it's like he's not, when you're sick of it, like take like 2 Tylenol pill, yeah. I got like a whole bunch of pills. I was like, okay. He said I had infection over here.
Yeah.
On my knees because it was so long, right? Infection. Then my throat had infection. Then everything was like basically I was just sick, yeah. So I was like, okay. So basically, I told you I'm just gonna stay home for like 2 days. Didn't do anything, and then I'm getting all over a fever too. So I'm still kind of sick because I still have leftover, yeah, and I still take the medicine. It's a 5-day medicine.
Can you take those Japanese medication back here, or?
Yeah, took them in the carry-on.
Yeah, that's a lot of pills. That these sometimes look like they like overprescribe you guys.
Yeah, it
Do I
was.
need all these pills.
That's why when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is too much medicine. And then one medicine was ibuprofen, and the next medicine was sleep medicine. So every time and you had to take it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, yeah. So every time I had to do it, it was like, oh man, kind of making me tired. But then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, so so that day was when I got sick. It was New Year's, yeah. I couldn't eat. Oh, it was so bad because I didn't know in Japan they don't pop fireworks. They don't.
It's Chinese. It's a Chinese tradition.
Yeah, I think so. And they say they only pop fireworks summer.
Yeah.
So we was at the house. We literally had stayed at the house the whole day.
But do they stay up to midnight too? And
yeah.
The same. Or?
Yeah. So we stayed up the whole day just making food, yeah. And then, of course, I'm sick. I'm like, oh fuck, man, I don't know if I can eat it, but this the parents prepared it, so I gotta eat as much as I can, yeah.
Yeah.
So when it was, and they don't eat. I'll show you a photo later, but it's packed like sushi. Just sushi, fish everywhere. This salmon, and this salmon. And I'll tell you the truth, bruh. After you eat that much fish, you cannot taste the difference anymore. It's like, so I have a fever. So I'm just tasting the salmon. So I was like, okay, I can taste the salmon. Like my nose, no congestion anymore from the pill. And I had to taste this pill. And then there was all this other food. There was octopus, lobster,
all seafood.
All seafood. And a little baby rice, and I'm like, oh. And the only thing we had was tea, yeah. So after you eat something, and then and you down it with tea. I felt like I was going to throw up in the whole thing. So
was you forcing yourself to eat? That's right at the time, right?
Yeah, I was forcing myself to eat. Not only that, I had like 20 fishes in front of me, fried fish, dipped fish, salmon fish, and I'm like, oh, bruh, I cannot eat any more of this fish. And then the mom keep pouring me soup, and the soup had like potatoes this big. So I was like, oh, I cannot. And then, so anyways, I downed it, and we drank sake. You ever drink sake?
I don't like sake.
Yeah, I never know.
Is it cold or hot sake?
Hot,
like warm. From a kettle, yeah.
Yeah. So I never really taste like vodka.
Like, there's all different types of sake, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they have there must have been a special sake that they gave. Sounds like it was. If it's like vodka, then it must have been really strong sake then.
Yeah, so the dad's offering me sake, and I'm like, no, I don't want to drink this. And it's not like a shot, yeah. It's kind of pretty big a cup.
Yeah.
So when I'm downing, it's warm, it's nasty, and I'm like, oh, bro, I'm gonna throw up so bad. But yeah, that New Year, kind of same thing like here. The dad went to sleep early so he can wake up and then prepare for 2017. And then we went to Yui's mom's hula place. And then they had this, like, from the shrine, they give you this good luck, I think prosperity, all this paper.
Like the one we do here?
Yeah. And then they just hang it on the wall. Like, gotta be a certain angle. So we went there, and then we went home, and then we ate again, and then celebrate with the dad, woke up the dad. That's pretty much it. And then the one thing I never know is that the next day they have to watch the sunrise.
On the first?
Yeah. Everybody watches the first sunrise. Wow. So we went to sleep around 3 o'clock
in the morning.
Yeah, and then we woke up, and then we woke up at 6:30 because the sunrise was at 6:52, and then everybody was walking to the bridge, and they had a bunch of people just watching the sunrise, like literally going up, and then after they watch it,
Oh.
yeah.
Did you film it?
Yeah, I filmed it.
Like time lapse?
Not
Or
time lapse, just
film?
holding the camera, shaking because it's freaking cold, like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But I never knew they do that kind of stuff. But Japan had the bad cold. It wasn't wet cold.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw it.
Like
That was my
dry.
first time experiencing
Oh.
it. My body couldn't handle the wet cold. I mean, dry cold. And so I was like, oh, this is kind of good. Oh, what you guys did New Year? Do you guys have a team? You guys usually has that, yeah?
It's kind of weird now since like, so how my grandma's she's still in the hospital, yeah. So we had one auntie, her family they stayed with my grandma, yeah, and then like half the family went over to my house, and then the other half they did their own thing at their own house, yeah. So I would say like we still do like our same family tradition, yeah, like everyone come over to my house, pop fireworks, cook
Yeah.
food, and that kind of stuff. But this year was like like the least amount of family came, and we never cooked that much food, and we never popped that much fireworks. We still try to keep to the tradition, but it's hard to stick to the same thing every year, yeah. But we made the best of it. We didn't actually start popping fireworks until like 11:30 at night, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
pretty late then.
And then there are times like in the previous years, like we start early, like 9, 8-ish. Yeah, when the sun goes down, popping fireworks already. Yeah, we have so much fireworks at the end, and we make like a bonfire.
Yeah.
The next morning, bro, it was a hassle, like
Cleaning up.
sweeping and picking up all the fireworks and whatnot. But this year, like, it took me like 20 minutes just to sweep and clean the front, you know. And we never, since we started so late, we didn't even pop that much fireworks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Plus fireworks are expensive though. Yeah.
But Sean was there, yeah?
My brother was
He
there.
came on that day.
Yeah. But usually they make like homemade bombs and rockets. Yeah.
Yeah.
We never do that this year. I told Sean like it's a waste of time. Just spend time with family and play games with all your cousins and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think time is limited here, so yeah, make the best of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So, when I was in the bullet train, yeah, I was recording, I was Snapchatting you, yeah?
Yeah.
Talk about, like, New Year's and all that. So, when I was Snapchatting you, I was thinking, bro, Japan is so big. Like, it's like Korea. And then, so I was thinking, like, but Scott gotta come here. Like, I don't care, like, okay. So, what I was thinking in the whole thing was, you know how we came to Oahu, yeah, the first time we came to Oahu was like a whole new world, like, and then we just have to get used to the different stress over here, people moving, yeah. So, when I was in the bullet train, I was questioning myself, do I really want to stay in Oahu? Like, it was like that first question I had with Big Island, yeah, like, do I really want to stay here? And then I was like, yeah, when I was in the bullet, like the ride, I was just thinking to myself, I was like, do I really want to stay here in Oahu? Like, do I really want to buy a house and then be stuck in that island for like 30 plus years? So at the same time, I was like, no, I probably don't want to. Like, of course, that's what we want to do, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh man, if Scott, you're basically, if you get a job, you're totally out of the country for like not only 1 month. I was only there 11 days and I felt like I want to stay here, right? Like, not stay, but
experience as much as you can there.
Yeah. And there's a different level, of thinking, I think. So I was like, Scott gotta come here, because you're never Japan, you're only Korea.
Only Korea.
Yeah, so, but they do have that vibe, man. It's just like moving.
What kind of vibe?
Like, busy vibe.
Uh-huh.
So, the one thing I was gonna tell you, if you do move there or get a job there, is that stay hydrated. I think the whole trip I hardly drank water, because it's like moving, next train, yeah, and then I don't know what Yui's tap water had, but that thing tasted like chlorine, bro. So
it tastes like how is it like in comparison with Kona water? The Kona water is chlorinated too, yeah.
Yeah.
Or fluorine or something.
Yeah. That one, you turn it on, you can smell the chlorine. So we brought a flask. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, fill it up. So I drank the first thing I did was smell, but smell just like, oh, this smells like chlorine. So drank it, pure, tasted like worse than anything I ever tasted. I was like, okay, you're not drinking water. So Yeah, that's one thing is like you gotta stay hydrated because we hardly drink water. We didn't even carry our own water. Yeah, and then like I said, that thing is just moving. Yeah, I think people a lot of there is maybe chronic dehydrated because it's moving. Like I don't even see anybody carrying a flask or a water bottle, just moving like that. But alright, my hotel was pretty chill.
I got like a few questions. You know, like since your wife is from Japan, and you've been to Japan twice already, and that kind of, you're more familiar in the Japanese culture than I. But what do you say is like the main culture difference between like us here in Hawaii or America in general in comparison to Japan?
I would probably, the one thing I do notice over there when I like. Okay, when I went there 2011, I think, backpacking right there, like, I was there for 11 days backpacking, yeah. I cannot really get the feel of nobody. Like, I'm basically just focused on the place I need to go, yeah. I don't talk to nobody, nobody speaks to me, so I never really got to experience Japanese culture and people, but I just experienced, like, their landmark and all that. And then when I went there, Japan, last year, I was only there for 4 days, yeah. So I never got to experience nobody too. I just basically experienced you as parents, yeah. But going to Japan for 11 days, I feel like I experienced deeper into people, yeah. And I don't know, the one thing you're probably gonna experience the most is the level of politeness. Like, they're so nice. Like, of course, everybody's not nice on the inside, yeah, but everything they do is so nice. Like,
I hear that a lot, but can you give like some examples you've come across in your trip?
Like, I don't know. Like, the only thing I did notice was they're very polite, except on the train when they're pushing at each other.
Yeah.
Because they need to come in. But other than that, it's like, I don't know. I think the one thing, they're pretty busy, bruh. They're moving way. That's pretty much what I got from there. Yeah. From people wise, it's probably, yeah, politeness. I don't know what else, man. Yeah.
The one thing I'm probably more curious about is, like, me and you, we can't really speak much Japanese, yeah, and we're like more darker skinned and whatnot. In Japan, there's not much foreigners, especially if you go to like you visit your in-laws and that kind of stuff. You might be the only like non-Japanese in town. Was it like that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you. Cause one of the night we had a dinner with Yui's graduation friend.
Yeah.
He doesn't have. He said he's a teacher there.
Yeah.
And then he told me, cause I asked him about you.
Yeah.
So we had a dinner, yeah. And then I go, oh, so where do you teach? He goes, oh, I teach in the country. And I go, oh, kind of similar like what Scott was saying, like in the countryside, yeah. And I go, oh, well, what grade do you teach? He said in his program it really depends on the age, yeah. So sometimes he said he would teach like, his name is Matt. He said he would teach like high schoolers, and then he would go to middle school and then elementary, and then as a side job, there's actually a side job. He said that the parents would ask you, oh, could you teach them after school English, or he would go to the after school English school programs, and he would teach there. So he said that's where he was working, and I was asking him more question like, oh, did you know I knew Japanese? Like, I had no Japanese, not one Japanese. I just came here expecting like, oh, I'm just gonna teach English. But then I was there, and he told me like he only been there for 3 years. I think Matt was only been there for 3 years, but he catch on really fast. Like, you know how you've been submerged in like Korean, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like same thing in your situation. If you go there, totally nothing. And then whatever they give, he's telling us he would go to school meeting at 8. School starts at 8:30. School meeting was 8 o'clock. He would go to a meeting with all the teachers. Yeah, he said, I don't understand nothing. He's like, I don't even know why I'm there because they're speaking so fluently. Yeah. But he said that you don't really speak that much Japanese when you're in the class. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, pretty much he said just, I think once you go there, bro, you just gotta wing it. No Japanese. I think just learn the basic.
Wow, 3 years he's been there. You
Yeah.
ask him like what made him want to continue, or he wants to do this for even more years.
He said he wants to stay there as long as he can. He said, but the one thing he did say though, he's tired of the country, because
Countryside.
yeah, he's on the countryside in little schools. Yeah, he actually showed us like it's like big island kind of country,
Mm-hmm.
and then he said just to meet us at Tokyo took an hour train ride, so that's why he said next year summer he's gonna find a job in Tokyo. He's gonna find a program that actually teaches in Tokyo, and he wants to go there. But yeah, I think if you do find there, you're gonna be in the country. I don't know, bruh, but depends on the program they let you then you in. Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
he did say he never had no like education degree. He just had a degree. I don't know what degree he had because he graduated. Okay, fourth spike in this podcast. Everything is dying. So I don't know.
How long we got in this battery?
Oh, this one is fully charged.
Okay.
That one I charged when I left to pick you up.
Oh.
But oh, that's pretty cool how it looks like there.
Yeah, I like this setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But okay, so when I don't know, I think it's gonna be different for you because it's gonna. Well, you know, when you move, if you do move to another country,
Mhm.
dude, there's no us. It's like so you're gonna experience all the changes by yourself. But Matt said he had a couple friends that that is in Japan with him, but he's not. They're not teaching. They're like in a JTB or like airlines like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But he said it's so hard to meet his friends because they're like hour away and they gotta check like months, not weeks in advance when you're free.
Mhm.
Plus every day is so busy. And then, but he said the only thing he dreads the most is that Japanese are known for their overtime. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he was telling us, he's like, yeah, bro, sometimes I'm working. I finish at 4. I finish all my work at 3. So I'm just staying there for like an hour and just literally just pretending I'm doing something on the computer like that. Yeah. He said it's like that, but he said after 4 he just stays for the courtesy,
Mm-hmm.
like overtime. Yeah, because you know people, because he said he did feel bad like when he see other teachers are working and he's done with his work, he cannot just be like leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said that's the one thing he just had to face because after work in America we're out of here.
Yeah.
We're like once we finish at 4, it's like what 3:59. We're ready by the front door. Yeah, he said they tend to stay there overtime, and then talking about overtime, when we met another Yui's friend, she said the boss wasn't happy with her because we was eating yakiniku, yeah, and then Yui's dinner it started at 8, but then she finished like late, yeah. But she had to tell her boss, "Oh, I don't want to stay anymore. I want to go meet my friends, yeah." And then when we got to dinner, the friend was like, "Yeah, my boss is mad at me for not staying overtime." Then I was telling him like, "Yeah, overtime in Japan, I heard is very stuff." And then the boyfriend said that yeah, you stay overtime in Japan, you don't even get paid. So it's like, what the hell? Yeah. But from Matt's point of view, he wants to stay there. He's just
Enjoys
finding
it.
ways to go closer to
Mhm.
his friends. Yeah, I guess country, yeah, you're teaching, you make friends, but
Yeah.
it's not as close as like if you had an English friend. Yeah, like
Yeah. And the city is where it's at. Everything nightlife or
Yeah.
more things to do and see.
yeah. And then
he has a girlfriend. He's single.
he's seeing a girl.
Oh.
Yeah, he's seeing a girl. But then he said he loves his students. He's like, I wouldn't leave the country if it wasn't for my students. Yeah,
Mhm.
because he said after a while, like, because it's a small place and he's like the English teacher, everybody knows him. They know where he live. He knows where the student live, and he rides a bike it's a 10-minute bike ride to his school,
Mhm.
and then everybody just say hi to him. He gets gift from the parents like that for teaching him English and all that stuff.
Wow.
But Matt told me, he said the best part is, okay, I came there with no English experience, like no degree. I don't know, but so when the student asks him like a question, English question, he just tell him the truth. I don't know why too. He's like, why so and so? Why do we call it like this? And he said, I don't know why. And then they learned it on the way. But he said that his schedule's pretty chill. Yeah, he's just saying like overtime is long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How long is overtime? Is like hours or like a few
I
hours?
know. How long is that?
That's part of the culture. Korea does it the same too. They like that mentality, like yeah, no leave. You can only leave. Your work is done when the supervisor is done with his work or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how that feels.
Yeah, I don't know how that feels because at my workplace, once my click, the time click, I can't even hear the kids anymore. I'm just like so. I know, like when the friends told me like, oh, the boss is mad you for overtime. I was like, what you talking about? I would never. I would just leave. And when I went Japan, going home at night and seeing all those people in the business suit, it's like, oh man, you guys just finished work like literally like 9 o'clock. You just finished work probably like an 30 minute to get home, and you go home and just sleep. Go back to work. It's like, oh, that's so scary.
Yeah, work to live, live to work.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that's gonna be a good experience, I think. Hey, if you can do it, but no English experience, right? I think you can do it pretty good too.
We'll see. 3 years. That's pretty long.
Yeah.
He's not doing the same program as me though. He's doing like some another program.
Yeah, I don't know what program. I know he never mentioned Jet.
Oh.
Probably some other program. Yeah, but it must be a different program if he can just switch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he told us he did sign up for Tokyo, somewhere in Tokyo. Yeah, and then
Mhm.
when I went to Tokyo, there is a lot of English after school. Cause his hometown, we saw two, and we just walked the same path. Yeah, like we don't explore it,
Mhm.
but we did see two after school program already, English school, and then yeah. So hopefully, if you do go, you get to experience all that. Just you can experience it by yourself.
Man, it's crazy.
What I was saying though is like, bro, you gotta record all this stuff when you're there.
Mhm.
Like, not record Snapchat, but like at least record it so we can watch it because we're probably gonna live through you after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a camera. Yeah.
It's simple too. Like I think, okay, this is what vlogging to me. I feel like I recommend to everybody. Yeah, like of course vlogging is about like not only for you, yeah, but it's also to share with people. Like, we went to Ao Cafe in Tokyo. I would have not known about Al Cafe if somebody wasn't vlogging about it. Like, of course, vlog is like, yeah, for you, but you want to show people some other places too, yeah. So we went to Al Cafe, like we couldn't even find it, but we knew we was at the spot. We didn't know it was all the way on the 5th floor. But what I was saying is that I think, yeah, when you go to Japan, like vlog everything, vlog your experience. Okay, guys, no friends here right now, and you can watch it again after, yeah. And then that way you can watch what your process too. Is like, oh, because imagine like somebody's following. Imagine if Matt vlog his whole way, yeah. You're following his path, and then you just watch him like going through, like, okay, riding to bike at work, and be like, okay, he can do it, I can do it too. So I think that's what vlogging should. Yeah, I think you should vlog it. Plus, it's like between your friends and families anyway. Yeah, you only can watch it. But if you do in another country, you are gonna face that alone. So I think you should record it and share us, so you can like hit your tips and tricks and stuff, and ask Yui what's up.
Yeah. Well, you already know that I journal and
Yeah.
I like to reflect on things I experience and see. I do want to keep a log of all the, especially like you said, I'll have like interesting or more memorable moments.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't want to forget those kind of stuff. But yeah, this whole the vlogging thing, I got a lot of stuff to learn. Right? I've seen the stuff you do and the things you do to, especially you gotta invest in the hobby. You gotta buy certain things and that kind of stuff.
Gotta support the hobby.
Yeah. So, yeah. Sooner or later, then I'm gonna ask you for tips and what kind of video edit software, this and that kind of stuff. But I'm at this place right now where it's like, I'm not kidding. Like, since I have like 3 jobs or that kind of stuff, and all my supervisors, all coworkers, they know my trajectory, like my goals or where I'm going from here. They always ask, when you're finishing your new, I tell them, I'm not gonna be working with you guys anymore. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? This kind of stuff, and they're curious and whatnot. And I'm at the place right now where it's like I'm on a clean slate right now. Nothing's all set in stone. There's a lot of things. It's like I want to do a lot of things. If I do get to Japan or Korea, whatnot, I want to brush up on my Korean or get to Japan. I want to learn Japanese. Yeah, I want to do all this stuff. But it's like I'm doing stuff step by step. But like, I cannot be like buy a Japanese book and learn Japanese when I don't have a paper saying, "Oh, you're accepted."
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
So there's a lot of waiting right now, and it's one of those things too. Is like while I'm waiting, I want to be like productive as well. Yeah, but it's only like my second day back, so it hasn't really sunk it in that I'm actually like in this state, in my situation that I'm at. I'm done with school and that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
still like, yeah, I'm still in that transition phase yet right now. So we'll figure it out. You can tune into next podcast.
I know, we gotta
Catch
talk
up.
about it because, like I told Scott earlier, like when I graduated college, I had no idea. I had no job for 3 months. Holy cow, bruh.
Uh-huh.
I was so stressed out. Oh, I'm telling you, bruh, I literally had white left. Like my white hair was going right before my eyes. Like, okay, so if you graduated college, yeah, there's plus I had fire science. To be a firefighter in Hawaii is very hard. Like you need to get all on that list. You go against the military. So I knew that wasn't a guarantee. So after I graduated, my name was nowhere.
Mhm.
I freaked out. I probably had like probably 2 anxiety attack because that's when I got to UE, yeah, and then it's like okay, we don't know nothing. I don't have a job to provide for you. I don't have a job to provide for me. My mom said after college, you supporting yourself, and then I didn't want. Okay, I think after like 2 months, I was like, I don't give a shit, bro. I'll work at McDonald's. I'll work at Ben and Jerry. I signed up for Ben and Jerry at Ward Center, but I don't know. That's the scariest thing to tell you, but you do find something after 3 months. Like people start talking. I think the one thing how I got my job was that Yui just was like mentioning it to people. It was like okay, mentioning it to her supervisor, like, oh, Tommy, no more job. And I guess the supervisor talk about it to the other the husband or the family. Oh, no more job. And I think once people know that you're out of school and you no more job, then I think people are just gonna notice, like, okay, we gotta open the door for him, like. But the truth is, for the whole 3 months is, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't even. I was on Craigslist, stressing out, like. And then I would chill with you in a bit, and then she'd ask, how was your day? I'll tell them I'm looking for a job, and then, okay, to tell somebody, like, I told my parents too, to tell somebody I'm looking for a job for like 3 months straight, you start to be like, oh shit, okay, bro, I've been telling the same story, the same thing to the same person. I'm looking for a job. Like, and they're probably thinking, it's been 3 months. You haven't found anything yet. Like. Yeah, so Scott, I know how you and Dane's guys feeling. It's like, bruh, you don't know. You don't know. It's not like, you don't know, bruh. It's so scary. And then that's what I want to tell you guys for all the newly graduate college students. Yeah, so what I'm saying is if you don't get a job automatically after college, it is the scariest thing ever. Like, I can't even put my foot on how scary it is, but all I knew was that, what the fuck am I gonna do? You can't figure it out. Nobody hiring you, nobody's calling you, and you feel like at the end, when you apply for a job, like Ben and Jerry, I probably called them like 12 times. So did you check? Can I apply?
Yeah.
And then the guy's just like waiting, like, oh, we'll see next week. It's just like you get stressed out talking
Lies.
to people.
They're lying to me.
And then I remember I was asking if I can work at Ross.
Yeah.
And then you helped me sign up at Ross, and they never called me. And I was like, fuck my life, bro. And then my mom said, sign up at Costco, sign up at Walmart.
You never did you ever get jaded though? What is like you blame? You put the blame onto the universe. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, I was mad.
What's wrong with this world?
You get to the point, I think, after you're not even depressed. You're just so worried. You can have no time to be like depressed because you're talking to us. No, I can do it. I can find a job. But it's so stressful. Like, so I landed a job before I work at the preschool. I landed a job at the when you drive rental car.
Yeah.
Bro, first day I quit because what happened was in the rental car you drive that car, yeah. You drive it to the rental place, then you take it back to the shop and they wash it. They wash the car, they maintenance, check everything, yeah. And I'm just the driver. So basically, the whole day, I started from 7 to 5 on the sun. This whole place, sunburn, yeah. And then when I went, I was so tired from driving because it's not a short drive, yeah. It's like a mile. So tired of driving. So I was taking the car to the car wash, yeah. And then you lift up everything. It's a car wash. They wash it before go in the car wash machine, yeah. What happened was that thing, the windshield wiper was up. I'm so tired in days already. First day, drove that whole fucking Mustang, the Mustang with the windshield wiper
Into
the car wash. Both of them came out. Oh no! I was so stressed out, bruh. I was like, oh shit. So both the windshield wiper, how am I gonna pay this? This is a Mustang's windshield wiper. This is not like
a brand new Mustang.
Yeah. Oh, it's good thing they had this like. So if you break something on the rental place, is that your first paycheck goes to the whatever you damage, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, I work for free the whole day then. So the next day I call them up, this job is not for me. And then a month later, I think a week later, no job again, stressed out again. And then that's when Yui's boss told Yui, because they was probably talking amongst each other, that sign up for the preschool.
Was it actually Mayumi who told you to sign up for KC?
Mina. Yeah, because the kid goes to the preschool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I signed up for it, and then the best feeling in the world is when they say you can work, because all that 3 months stress, you remember the pain, but after that you're just like, oh my god, like a breath of fresh air, like I'm back again. And then so like you say you just sledding, and all that, then you don't know what to work on because you don't know which opportunity comes first, bruh. I don't know what to tell you what to do in between except learn about yourself, because you've been focused on school, you're not really focused on you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the best thing I can give, but I think that's the hardest part, bruh, is not knowing what to do after. Yeah. And to let you guys know, the degree did nothing. So honestly, sometimes the degree doesn't do anything. It's scary.
Your SLT degree is in connection to you.
That's connected. Right? Thank God I took that as second major. Yeah, but I don't know what the first degree that I was working on. Good thing I had a backup plan for that thing. In college, I think the best thing you can do is have a backup major.
A plan B.
Yeah. I think major is like if you're going for high job, have a plan B. And then the plan B was what made it work out that I got into preschool, was that because I took education class while I was majoring in fire science. That's pretty much it. And then, look, got a degree. I mean, work now. We doing this. Yeah, it's just for fun now.
I don't know. From what I could say, I think there's one of our final presentations from my class that we're at. I don't know if it's for all majors, but most majors, to get your bachelor's, there's a class, like capstone class. It's like a class you take at your last semester.
Yeah.
Pretty much like a class that wraps up everything you learn, right? So they call it capstone course, like the last, like a cap, for everything, a cherry on the cake, or I don't know, so many things you can call it. But our last project or last presentation for this class was to present like our portfolio. It's not a portfolio like what you did for the semester, like portfolio of everything you learned for your whole academic college career.
Yeah.
And you can the portfolio you can also share. It's professional portfolio. So it's kind of like you're showcasing your skills and you yourself to like a potential employer or for any job. So we had to present this our portfolio in 3 minutes. I was like, 3 minutes is. And there was a lot of guidelines to it. I think he put more guidelines, the more harder it took. Within 3 minutes, he had five. He had 5 rules. It has to be in story format. We cannot list anything. We cannot be like, oh, this is this is that, this is this. You have to do it in a narrative. Story format. We have to do it in 3 minutes, no more and no less. And whatever we have on the website, we have to mention it. Yeah. So he did all these guidelines. Like, oh man, you give me a topic, I can talk about, I can ramble it, everything for this is like within 3 minutes, and I had so much stuff to talk about that like, oh, I don't know if I could. It was a challenge to say everything that I need to say within 3 minutes. Yeah, but I went up first. I signed up. It was pretty funny. He's like, oh, Scott, I'm gonna give you my teacher was like, I'm gonna give you extra credit because you signed up to go first. And I told him like. That was the only slot open because I did it last. I signed up last minute. I was like, oh, I'm gonna finish my portfolio and then put my name on the list. Yeah. Well, other people did was opposite. They're gonna put their name on the list and then finish their portfolio. Me, I was like, oh, I'm not. I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about until, I'm not gonna put my name on the list until I know what I'm gonna talk about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is that I went first. And then not knowing how everyone else is gonna do, and then everyone else. There was like 20 students in our class, and everyone else presented, yeah. But what I presented, and pretty much what everyone presented, because everyone's gonna graduate, yeah, taking this class. I realized like everyone, out of the 20 people, probably 18 out of 20 people, changed their major.
Whoa.
Yeah, change their major, or they did something. They figured out it wasn't for them, or they did graduate and this is their second major or something like that. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was like, and I take that statistic in that class and I try to apply it to like, not just school but for other things too. Yeah, like not real that meme, yeah, like expectation versus reality, what actually happens and that kind of stuff. And it humbled me even more. It's like, oh, my story is not that unique. Yeah, everyone in this room that's graduating with me had their setbacks, their troubles, and their doubts, and their own story and whatnot. And our stories are different, but it was also like it's I said it before in my Facebook and Snapchat. Like it's. We all want to find a place, like our place in this world, yeah. It's for some people it's easy. For some people it's not that easy. But for majority of people, like everyone in the room, 18 out of 20, it was like it took a while. It took a lot of trial and error to find like our place in this world. And some people take a lifetime to actually feel like, oh, this is where I'm at, where I should be, and yeah, it's tricky.
It is.
Yeah. So I guess one takeaway I can give to whoever listener or viewers is that stay productive, stay focused and whatnot, but not to beat up on yourself too harshly. Yeah, it's part of life. Like setbacks and picking yourself up is a skill.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the audience, like. Yeah, me and Scott we had two different majors. Like he graduated a certain major and then he went to another major like for different colleges. Like when you in college, it's like you don't really know until your first fall is like, okay, I don't really like this, I don't really know this, and then so basically what Scott was saying, and I'll add up to that, is that first of all, you don't know. Like, you don't know what's going on, and it is a skill when you fall on how you talk to yourself, how you get all that support. You're like, okay, like you're gonna be down throughout your the whole college time, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You don't know.
One thing I want to add too is that like you're not alone in this world as much as how I would say is like all my successes and accomplishments and me finishing up school is that like I get commended a lot for like the good work I put on, that kind of stuff, but it's like not, I can say this, not, I like to be creative, but not majority of the stuff I do is not entirely original.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, like whether it be I'm an aspiring teacher, so I'm learning to be a teacher. Whether it be teaching or jiu-jitsu or any type of sport and that kind of stuff. Like we have our mentors or coaches, and and that kind of stuff. And for teaching and for jiu-jitsu is like, man, like you see a black belt or you see like a person that's been teaching for 10, 20 years, like holy fuck, bro, I can how does that person do that shit, that kind of stuff. But we're looking at someone that's, I use this metaphor a lot where I don't know, there was a time when Tommy was saying like, oh fuck man, I wish I was like Conor McGregor, how can I be a person like him, and that kind of stuff. But they're stars, they're mega stars, and I always tell people like, don't let that star like burn you. Use it to like, and the most helpful coaches or mentors are someone that's like only like a step above you, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So if you're white belt, the next belt blue belt, that kind of stuff. If you're a freshman, a sophomore, if you're junior, a senior, it'll be, So when I went to UH Manoa, when I first started out, I made friends who were a year older than me. And then when I got to their level, I always helped out the people that were just under me.
Wow.
Yeah, because like someone that like, let's say I'm a senior and someone's a freshman. The freshman that has no clue whatever I'm gonna talk about. And I'll just just give them tips here and there, that kind of stuff. But I had some classmates where they're like a year behind me. And those like, oh, like I know exactly what they're going through. And I give them the tips, some tips and tricks that they can do, and they'll fully understand. And whether you're in college, whether you're doing a sport, there's either you're frustrated or you want to pass a plateau or get to a new level. Just have someone try to make friends, or have someone that that's only like one step above you, and then when you get to that next step, help out the next person, pass it on. So it'll be a cycle of progression for not just for you, for others.
Yeah, that was good. So I think
you end it on a good note like
we'll
that.
end on a good note. This is our first podcast, like what we said. We just winged it. Our setup is in the kitchen, and this is at January 4th, 5:41 p.m.
2017.
And like I said with Scott here, we don't even know what the future lies for us. We're just gonna do what we can, and if not for everybody, it's for us. Talking about this, this is basically for us. It's like we can watch it like years from now and all that. But thank you guys for listening to our first podcast here in 2017, and hopefully we'll bring you guys more content like this. So everybody, see ya.
Bye guys.
2016. Oh, that was good. I like that.